Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey and welcome back to my closet. So, before we get started, please excuse that half of my face is kind of in shadow. As you may have seen in the end of my tag video, my ring light died right as I was finishing up the video. So I got this new box-shaped light and I'm still trying to figure out how to get it in a way that I'm gonna be like fully lit. So I might need another one and have the two of them shining together, but I may look weird, but I tested it with a few doll faces and the dolls are gonna be perfectly fully lit in close-ups. With that out of the way, the time has finally come! We are going to look at Runway Jade or Fantastic Fashion Jade from Rainbow High. Ah! The dreams that I've spent years cultivating are finally here. I can't believe they're actually a real... Oh! Okay, so I got Jade and Poppy, but because Jade is the one that I had always said was the Jade I wanted to be my Jade. You know, if you know me, I try to stick to just one of each character in a doll line with multiple characters. I was like, I really want a Runway Jade to be my Jade, and then she never came out. So I got Winter Break Jade, who is still very beautiful, but this is a totally different take on her, so I think they could coexist peacefully. So we are going to take a look at this lovely, beautiful surprise. I will say I ordered her on the LOL Surprise website because they did that early release. And also, if you've never signed up for the LOL Surprise website, this is the first time I'm ordering anything off of there. They do give you a $10 reward to use on a purchase if you're signing up for the first time. Plus, it's free shipping over a certain amount. So between the free shipping and the $10, and then I had like PayPal rewards through Honey, I wound up getting both of them for around $53 instead of like $70 because they're each $34.99, $35.99. Just a tip though, that if you want to sign up for the LOL Surprise website, you will get $10. Plus, you get rewards for spending money, and I already, because I bought those two, got another $10 worth in rewards, which I used towards buying some of the Make It mini lifestyles. They're not here yet, so I won't be able to film them yet. Was a long-winded way of just saying, save yourself some money. Let's look at the box. My box for her got a little bit smushed. You can see there's a little bubbling there. There's a crease back here. The corner is a little bit beaten up. I haven't had a problem like that ordering from other places, but it's fine. We're not gonna keep this box anyway. She's coming out. So the box is fully plastic for the window, and it's just a box with a lid, and it should be pretty easy. In fact, oh man. All right, so they tricked me. I had assumed when we first saw the packaging in leaked pictures that this plastic cover was going to be able to pull off so that you could leave the doll displayed like this, kind of coming out of the backstage area with the second outfit on the mannequin. Yeah, I thought it was going to be kind of like a Disney limited edition where you could take it on and off. But it's taped, so they make you think that you can just pull it off, but under the tape, it's glued. So you have to open it from the side like you would any Rainbow High box. So I guess we're just gonna continue looking at the box details. So down here, which is a feature I'm very excited about. I don't know if we're gonna have an easy time demonstrating it, but her electrical parts that are supposed to be the lightning coming out of the dress glow in the dark. And it has her focus on the side, which is cosmetology. And then this lovely artwork on the back. And I think Poppy's box is a little bit in better shape, so I might cut her back panel out and keep this artwork. And the bottom says, this semester's Project Rainbow fashion competition is original, innovative, and totally fabulous. So the only one out of the group here that's a contestant on the show is Skylar, and of course, probably why she's getting her own separate little designer studio playset. Sunny and Luna are like co-hosts, I guess, along with Maria Garcia, which is weird that she's a host and people talk to her like she's an adult, because I thought that she was also a student. That's neither here nor there, because we're not talking about Skylar, Sunny, or Maria. We've got to look at Jade. Okay, let's open her up. Okay guys, Jade is out of the box, and right off the bat, first of all, this hand is a little bit wobbly in the joint, but I've said before, I haven't said this for a while, I feel like it's been a long time since I've done a Rainbow High review, hasn't it? Sometimes when you buy Rainbow High dolls in the first round, they have more quality control issues, and not just like facial issues, but also limb issues. Like I've had loose legs, I've had Bella's leg, when you pulled it off and put it back on, you got those stretch marks. For some reason, I don't know, it's just like they slap them together a little too fast. So yeah, her hand just kind of spins around and around unnaturally. I mean, that's a minor thing, because obviously I wasn't able to pick out her face in person, and her face looks really good. So I didn't realize this in the leaked pictures, but they brought back the highlighter, and actually there is one little flaw here. You see how the shine is kind of interrupted there? I really think it's just a scuff of the highlighter, so it's not as shiny in that one area, but from a distance you don't really see it, so that's also something I'm not super concerned about. But again, it's these weird issues that happen when you get a Rainbow High doll when it first comes out. Now on the other hand though, you would think that directly coming from the LOL Surprise store, like MGA's own store, that they would try to supply the better dolls than the store releases like Target and Walmart, but I guess not. I do also want to mention that just holding her like this with the cage skirt of lightning, I mean, I could kind of tell already just by looking at her in the box that it was gonna feel kind of chunky, kind of, I don't know. It's rubbery and stiff at the same time, so it's not super pleasant. Like, you can't grab her either around the outside. You have to get underneath the skirt to hold her by the feet. You can take her by the waist, but it doesn't feel as pleasant in the hand as just a full fabric outfit would. But at the same time, how else were they possibly going to make this happen? You couldn't just give us the dress without the effect of the lightning. That was the whole point of Jade's dress. I mean, I don't know if I could have thought of anything else except possibly taking the netting down farther on the inner dress and just using green iridescent or metallic thread. But even then, it's not going to give you the same effect. This really looks like she's encased in something. Anyway, so I'm getting off track. I'm not doing the important part. Let's look at the rest of her face. So, oh my god, I love the black lipstick. That is one huge reason why I've always wanted a Jade runway doll, because I wanted a Jade with black lipstick. I think it suits her really well with the green, and I think it suits her character too, because she's definitely the edgiest, more daring, bold in the makeup design out of the whole group. I mean, she's a cosmetology focus, so she should have the most interesting, different kind of makeup. So doing the black lipstick is a bold choice, and I love it. Otherwise, her makeup is reminding me a lot of Harley's from Shadow High, because she has the white lining under the green eyeshadow to kind of make it look like a neon sign. And I really loved that about Harley's makeup, so I am just adoring this makeup look as well. It's really strong. Plus, the shape of her eyeliner here and the eyeshadow itself is really sharp and also kind of emulating lightning, so I appreciate that too. I am noticing one little bit of eyeshadow missing on this eye. If you look right there, I'll put an arrow on the screen so you guys can see where it is. Again, it's not super noticeable, it's just one tiny little piece, and the eyelashes mostly hide it. I only noticed when I started looking really close at her face. Otherwise, this makeup look is amazing, or as Jade would probably say it, or Ruby, fire. She's gorgeous, and they tilted her eyebrows down a little bit too, so that she has more of that look. Whereas some of the other Jades have the more inclined eyebrows that make them look a little bit softer, which is fine, but I've always seen Jade as she needed those pointy eyebrows. I do also want to bring over Winter Break Jade to compare later on. Her hair, it's not just a high ponytail, they've actually split it in the center. There is a very obvious part here. I mean, I think you can definitely preserve it if you're washing, because it definitely needs to be washed. We're back to series 1 levels of crunch here. But I'm sure that if you carefully washed it like you would any doll with a part line, that you can keep it to the sides like this. I really was expecting it to be just a regular ponytail, but I am pleasantly surprised by that. Now, obviously, she doesn't have all the chains in her hair like she did in the show, and that's something that they changed about Glitch as well in series 2 of Shadow High, so I'm not surprised. But then again, she is a more special edition doll, so it would have been nice to see those extra details. She does have some other hair pieces which we'll look at, but I'm just saying, you know, just a couple of chains even, like the kind that they used for Mila, that would have been nice. Just, you know, incorporate that into the hairstyle a little bit, because that was a lot of her theming of this outfit was chains. A missed opportunity, I think, but we'll let it slide because they didn't leave us totally empty. We do get a bunch of hair clips, and now I think this bottom one, it fell out. I don't know where it was originally, so it's probably not supposed to go right there next to the other one. But we have 2 of these black clips. This one's a little bit smaller than this one, and they look like those snap clips. Then we have a long silver clip that says rainbow, one on the back of her head, which I probably would move somewhere else because you can't really see it, and it says bad because she's a badass. And this one at the top of her head is another silver one that says boss, and then on this side she has 2 more of the black snap looking clips. So she comes with a lot of hair clips, which is nice, and also the black ones especially can be really useful for other dolls, and she has plenty that you could take one from each side of her head and she wouldn't look like she's missing something, and use them on other dolls. So that's always fun. I always do like to see the possibility of reusing pieces for other dolls. I hate when the Rainbow High hair is gelled though, because it always gets stuck on stuff when I'm trying to review the doll. I did also want to look at her green colors. I'm pretty sure they're the same exact green as the other Jades, but maybe missing some of the lighter tones. I want to take a closer look at that later. And speaking of her hair getting stuck in her earrings, here are the earrings. They are big, clear gemstone studs with little chains hanging down. We've got a lightning bolt at the end here, a star, another gemstone. They're cast in that kind of iridescent plastic, and I really like that. Would I have liked to see maybe more mobile chains, like actual little links that dangle and wiggle, or even just the lightning charm at the end be kind of a separate thing. And then if we look down at her busted wrist, oh my gosh, you see that? Whee! She has longer fingernails. They are just painted in a kind of neon green. No extra molded rings or anything on her hands. This part, the lightning part, is a separate piece, and we're gonna look at that in a moment, but I wanted to take it off so that we can see what the outfit looks like without it, because she does come out like this in the beginning and it's not lit up yet. So you can definitely use this look on its own without the lightning skirt if you're not a fan of how bulky it looks. It's a cute little outfit. I mean, it might need something like a jacket, would kind of take it up to the next level, or maybe some jewelry or gloves or something, but I think this is a good base piece to make a cool new outfit for even a Shadow High character. So we have all of these little hanging charms, which I did not know she was going to have until I saw the stock pictures on the LOL Surprise website. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's got actual little charms under that lightning skirt. That is awesome. The dress itself, if we pull up the outer layer, is just a plain black satin, but it's covered with this lattice pattern of silver thread. It's supposed to imitate like a chain or a chain link outfit. Chainmail? I guess that I'm calling it chainmail. It's kind of like armor almost. There are a bunch of little charms hanging off. So we have a lightning bolt, there's a little star, there's another lightning bolt and another little star. Then we have a semi-hollow star that has little studs on it. We've got another one of those down here, a larger solid star, and she even has some on the back. So we've got another larger star and another tiny one and another lightning bolt, if it would sit correctly. And they are all in a metallic silver paint so that they shine in the light and add a little extra dimension to the outfit. They are on there pretty good too. They're tied on with some thread that's kind of sewn into the little corners of the lattice work. Oh, there's an extra one down here. I didn't even see that one. There's one hiding by her butt. Another tiny star. Yeah, so I don't see any issues with them falling off. I think they are nice and secure. The shape of the dress, I wish it was a little more contoured, the chain part of it, because the satin part is more fitted, but the chain kind of looks rectangular because of the neckline and because of the way it's not cinched like this. So you could probably put a few stitches in to pull that tighter, but as it is, it's a little bit boxy. But I like the concept, I really do, and I like the fact that we never thought that we were going to get these outfits, and now here they are. So the outfits in the show, they had to work with what they already created, and obviously that means that there were certain creative sacrifices that needed to be made, as opposed to if they were going to design a runway set of outfits now that were not based on the show, maybe they would have done something totally different. So I understand that there were limitations in that respect, but I wouldn't have minded if they took a few creative liberties to kind of help update those outfits and make them easier to execute on a doll. Now, Jade's in particular is difficult, again, because of the lightning, but other outfits were probably easier. Obviously, Violet and Amaya's, they were very simple. Skylar's. Jade's was probably the most challenging, besides maybe Sunny's with the umbrella shape. So I know there were probably some problems they ran into and they did their best. So I'm going to forgive them because they also put in a lot of cool details and utilized the upgrades that they have given to Rainbow High in the first place since those episodes came out. This came undone, but we're gonna look at it anyway. Her boots, my god. Fabric, tall, combat heeled boots. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes! These are fantastic. They have laces, which again, takes them up even another notch. The little eyelet holes are actually metal or some kind of plastic. They're not just embroidered holes that the laces are going through. And at the bottom here, there are little belts around the ankle area with tiny buckles. These are little tiny pockets. These are little tiny pockets on the boots. Why do you need a pocket on your boot? You don't, but it's there. These are so good. And then of course, the heels, they're huge. We've got treads on the bottom because they are, of course, combat boots. These are so good. These are so cool. I love them. And again, would be useful for a lot of restyles, but she is gonna be keeping them, of course, because it's her only pair of shoes. But they are so nice. Let's look more at this lightning skirt. So, like we already established, it is a separate piece, and it is really big. I mean, it wraps all the way around the doll. It is secured in the back with some little pegs in holes, and they do go all the way down, so it stays together nicely. It makes for a nice solid closure without any splitting at the bottom. And again, it is supposed to be glow-in-the-dark plastic, so we will test that. I don't know how well it's going to come across, but we'll try. Yeah, obviously it's all in jagged lightning bolt patterns, and it is the only way, like I said before, that I can really think of that they could do the lightning and make it come across. I am gonna put it back on her. And the other thing is, it's kind of like a cage skirt at the same time, which is still, last I checked, a somewhat popular style for high fashion. So, and it fits well. It flares out like a dress, which is nice. It's even contoured in the back so that it doesn't look like it doesn't belong. It looks like it's part of the dress when it's all secure, so that's a good thing. Now I'm going to hold it up to the light for a little bit and we'll see if we can get it to glow in the dark. Ooh, it really glows! This is really good, and I didn't even hold it up to the light for that long, but I mean the back side, I only held the front side, so the back isn't really lighting up, but this is good. It looks really cool. Imagine if you had her on display and she was exposed to light all day, and then at night she would just be your night light. Okay, now I'm gonna turn all the lights back on. All right, and that is what Jade comes with. Now let's look at her second outfit and accessories, because we actually have a second outfit. Yes! Also, she, of course, comes with a comb and a stand. Her second outfit, I really like this. We have this hoodie, and it's kind of based on a t-shirt that she wears a lot in the show, along with some jewelry. Why they decided to change it into a hoodie, I'm guessing mostly because it looks a little bit more like an outfit than just having her wear the t-shirt. But honestly, I prefer it as a hoodie. It's one of the thicker hoodie materials that Rainbow High tends to use, which I appreciate for the fact that this is a special edition doll. The embroidery is, of course, really nice. Actually, the boss is part of the necklace. Okay, so Rainbow is just printed on, but boss is part of the necklace, so it's embroidered. And then they added a little extra detail to one of the necklaces with some rhinestones, which is an extra sparkly added touch for the girl whose main outfit in her first doll was Anti-Sparkle Sparkle Club. It is a nice hoodie. I really like it, and it just velcros down the back. Of course, we have drawstrings, which actually work. I'm not gonna pull too hard on them. I've broken one too many drawstrings on my dolls. The one thing it's missing is a hand pocket at the bottom here. That's just a standard hoodie item. This hoodie needed a hand pocket, I think. Otherwise though, I do like it. I think it's a nice piece. And once again, a nice piece for restyles. Her skirt, not as big of a fan because I'm not really into snakeskin, and I'm not sure if this is a skirt design that we've seen on another doll and it's just been put in green, but it's a well-made skirt. We've got a zipper track down the center and then 3 zippers on either side, each with their own little pull, and it's a nice pleather with a little bit of texture for the snakeskin, but snakeskin is just not my style. So the only reason I like it with this outfit is because since this is a longer hoodie and not a crop hoodie like most Rainbow High stuff, you can't see it too much when you put it on. And then her accessories, we have a tiny little pencil, which is green. It has a handhold and a little black tip, which is kind of fun. We don't have a lot of school supply accessories for Rainbow High. And then her little sketchbook, which has the concepts that she came up with before her final design for this dress. So here we kind of see the underlayer with the little charms. There was this other version over here. I don't know what she was trying to imply there. And then the final version. And it is a plastic book. It has molded spirals and a little Rainbow High on the front cover. Nothing on the back. I think this is really cute, and I like seeing the concept art. I have to wonder too if any of the art in these books is actual concept art from when the designers or the animators on the show even were working on designs for for the characters. Like, are these some of the things that they thought of before they came up with the final design? And they're like, well, let's just throw them in as little Easter eggs. Who knows? But I really like this. This is a really cute accessory. So now I'm going to change her into the second outfit and we can talk a little bit about my final thoughts. Actually, besides final thoughts, we're also going to do a little comparison with Winter Break Jade. But I did want to point out too, while I was undressing her, that the chain part of the dress and the satin part of the dress are connected. So you cannot separate them unless you were willing to undo the Velcro and redo it for each piece. Just something to note. Inside of the hoodie, there's a little sewn on RH tag. That's really cute. Okay, I'm struggling with the boots right now. I think I'm gonna have to totally unlace them because when I'm trying to get it on her foot, it's almost like there's a giant like boot tongue in there that got squashed down into the shoe and I can't get her foot past it and it's annoying me. And I think if I unlace the boot, because I should be able to pull it apart and kind of dig my finger in there to fix it, that would be fine, but that's kind of annoying. Just another small critique. Let me try this one. Oh yeah, there is. So you can see it on this boot because I pulled it up a little bit. There is a tongue. So if you take these off, make sure you get this before you try to put her foot back in, because then you can aim her foot in and not mess up the whole shoe. So right now, she's gonna rock one boot. Here is what she looks like though in the second outfit. I mean, it's very casual compared to the runway look, so with all of this bold makeup and the extra hair accessories, it doesn't necessarily fit, but it kind of reminds me at the same time of like if you ever did a dance recital or a performance of some kind, if you were in theater and you're all made up in your costume, makeup and everything, and then the show is over and you're going home, you change into your comfy clothes because you're like, I'm tired, I just did a lot. That's what this is giving me the vibes of, so I kind of appreciate that. So Jade number 1, come on over. Let's take a look at your faces. This is my Winter Break Jade, who we haven't seen for a little bit. She is very vastly different in face to this Jade here. I don't know what they did to the original face mold to make them look like this. Maybe it's the inner corner that's been pulled up a little bit, because the eyes are still very round and they're all still really recognizable as Series 1 characters, but they're also not as large and bug-eyed as Series 1's face mold could be. Don't get me wrong, because I have a lot of Series 1 faced dolls that I still love, you know, Jade, Winter Break Violet, Cheers Sunny, Bella, Jet. I don't dislike the Series 1 face mold the way that some people do, but I do feel that they have improved on face molds for the line in general as time has gone on. They really perfected it here. If all of the dolls had looked like this from the beginning, they probably would have been even more popular. But there's definitely something different here, and yet they still managed to make them look like themselves. So I applaud them for being able to accomplish that, because it's kind of wild to think that you can change somebody's entire face and still know that it's them. And then as far as the hair color, I mean, it looks pretty identical to me. For some reason, I feel like the pale tones in Winter Break Jade's hair are a little more obvious, and maybe it's just that they used less in her hair. It's definitely there, and I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but here and there you'll catch those paler minty green streaks. And then here's Winter Break Jade for comparison. I just think it's more obvious in this one than in this one, but this one has a darker tone overall, so I also don't mind that they changed that up a little bit. If they did, it could just be my imagination and the fact that it needs a hair washing, because sometimes when you wash the gel out, the color does subtly change a little bit. You can see more of the variety of shades that they use. But I've always liked Jade's blend of hair. So, my final thoughts, and I've kind of been saying it throughout the video. I really like this doll. I love this series. I love that they finally did it for us, but I think that the people who translated the animation into doll form were limited by what the animation was. There are some places that I would have liked to see changes or upgrades to kind of go in line with what Rainbow High has become, but I think, you know, in honor of the original runway looks from season 1, they really did an amazing job taking these designs that were kind of forgotten about. They were kind of just a throwaway one-off thing, and now they made them reality. This was the perfect time to do this because, again, even though there were limitations because of the existing designs, the dolls themselves and the techniques that they use and the changes that they've made as far as articulation and faces and accessory design and hand sculpts even, and using fabric boots instead of plastic, those things were all things that we really needed for this line, and that if we had had these dolls after season 1, we wouldn't have gotten this. They would have been one of those lines that we look back now and it's like, oh, it was great when it came out, but now it's kind of not as nice compared to the newer dolls. This was the right time to do these, even though there are things I wish were different. And maybe this is just a problem with Jade because she had a very complex design. I want to see how I feel about Poppy when I open her, but this face! I love this face! Look at her! Every time I turn her to look at me, she's like, I am so cool and you know it, and look at me more. That's the best part of the whole doll. Her face is just gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I love the black makeup. I love the little neon streaks. She is hardcore. Well, hardcore in a Rainbow High way. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you are planning on getting any of these, if you're gonna wait till you see them in stores, or if you're gonna take advantage of the LOL surprise thing. Again, I was able to get $10 for signing up, so I think that's a promotion worth investigating, considering the price of these dolls. Is she worth that price point? Considering the way that things are going right now with Rainbow High, I would say pretty close. Obviously, you always wish that they would be a little bit cheaper, but even at 32 or 33, I could still see myself feeling that they were worth it. 35, I mean, we've paid 35 for other things. Costume Ball was $40 and they only came with one outfit. These dolls, I think, are definitely a better value for their price point than some of the other things that Rainbow High is putting out comparatively. Let me know your thoughts, and I will stop rambling now because I just realized I spent an hour on this video because I've been talking so much and I still have more videos to do. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye!